Hey everyone, welcome to the show. So it sure sounds like Moms for Liberty needs to clean up their own backyard before they worry about their neighbor's mess. The Philadelphia Inquirer just reported that one of their outreach leaders took a plea deal at one point in time for sexually abusing a child. And guess what? He is a pastor. And until his criminal history was revealed last week, he was a Republican leader for the 42nd Ward of Philadelphia. And you absolutely will not be shocked to hear he's a big Donald Trump supporter because your vibe attracts your tribe. Pedos for Trump, right? Yeah, it's a pretty big group. This guy also campaigned for failed Republican candidate Mehmet Oz. Yeah. And Philip Fisher is his name, Philip Fisher Jr. In 2012, he was convicted of a felony for the aggravated sexual abuse of a 14-year-old boy when he was 25 years old. So Fisher is the pastor of Center for Universal Divinity, and he does faith-based outreach, quote unquote, for the Philadelphia chapter of Moms for Liberty. You know, the right-wing extremist group that claims to care about children so much, the group that wants to ban books, that wants to tell you what you can do with your children or what you can allow your children to do while claiming that they care about parental rights and liberty. Yeah, that group. Anyway, their outreach leader, Fisher, pleaded guilty back then to one count of the 12 counts against him for sexual assault and aggravated criminal sexual abuse. He now claims, though, that it was a setup. He says it was a setup by a political action committee for Lyndon LaRouche. Now, LaRouche is another piece of work. He has run for president before, and Fisher was once working for him, working for his political action committee. Fisher says he was railroaded into taking a plea deal. However, the court documents show that he had oral and anal sex with this child. And for this crime, the one that he pleaded guilty to, he was sentenced to 3 years in prison and 2 years of probation. Fisher maintains, no, I was the victim. He alleges that LaRouche's political action committee took part in what he referred to as human trafficking. And he says, when I spoke out, they, quote, trumped up charges against him. Now, I'm sorry. I'm going to throw the bullshit flag on this because I can tell you, after being on the other end of a child sex assault case, the prosecutors absolutely will not press charges unless they have concrete evidence and unless they can get a guilty verdict in a court of law. I don't know all of the details of Fisher's case, but based on my own experience, they would have to have some significant evidence to even file the charges, let alone secure a grand jury conviction, or I should say indictment, with 12 counts. This went before a grand jury, and the grand jury indicted him on all 12 counts. And then he pleaded guilty to the one count. So I'm just saying. And then, for him to say, I pleaded guilty because he claims I was in jail, I was getting beat up, and I just wanted it to stop. Really? You're going to be a lifelong sexual deviant in the eyes of the world. You're going to be on lists for people who have committed sex crimes because you just wanted out of jail. Really? Anyway, Moms for Liberty, the national organization, did not respond to the Inquirer when they reached out for comment, but a woman named Sheila Armstrong did respond. Armstrong is another Republican ward leader. She's also the chairperson of the local Moms for Liberty chapter. So she knows this guy, and Armstrong told the news outlet that Fisher has previously assisted in events where children were involved. So now she's very concerned. And she said, He is slated to volunteer for an upcoming Christmas party for an autism nonprofit. Now, here's the really chilling thing. Armstrong recently requested a child abuse report from their state's Human Services Department about Fisher. It didn't show any history of abuse. So this Philadelphia Inquirer reached out to the Human Services spokespeople, and they informed the journalist, quote, "Not all criminal convictions involving minors are considered child abuse under their state laws." So you can be convicted of felony aggravated sexual abuse in the state of Pennsylvania, apparently, and you don't show up in their database. However, he is listed on the national and the state websites for registered offenders, so like the Megan's Law lists. It would appear, though, that Moms for Liberty didn't bother to check those sites. So, perhaps maybe they should spend less time clutching their pearls over drag queens and library books. Maybe look into the pastors and the Republicans that they're hanging out with. Anyway, I will let you know when I hear more, but yeah, this is just another in bad news cycles for the Moms for Liberty, because you may have also heard 2 of their chapter presidents got kicked out recently because they were caught in photos with Proud Boys members, with Proud bigots, flashing the white supremacist hand gesture. Great group. Anyway, like I said, I'll let you know if I hear more. Thank you so much for watching and listening. Please like this video, share it with everyone you know during the holidays, when you're around the dinner table for Thanksgiving. Really would help out. And especially right now, something funky going on with YouTube's algorithm. So hit the subscribe button yourself. Tell others to subscribe. Become a donor if you possibly can. Love you all. Take care. Talk with you soon.